I don't know why it is, but it's so much easier to help out. To help another person out. To clean up their place, and that would be a mean one, with where the hell I came from. I mean, the house where my boys live at, it's still trashed. It's still, they can't take a shower. And I can't do anything about it. Yeah, so I can actually say I'm a victim of being forced to not be around my kids, to have my kids were lied to, heavily influenced to never ever talk to me. I mean, I never had a place to live, so I know how hard rent is. My kids didn't have to pay rent. I'm treated like shit, and they're treated like gold. They're treated like gods, and I'm treated like shit. So I never had anyone to drive me anywhere. I had to rip up my WIC checks, because how was I supposed to go to the grocery store? I had to rip them up. I didn't have, no one would drive me anywhere. No one would, that's a big deal, to be driven somewhere. Like, I'm being taken care of with my kids, right? Right? Yeah, well taken care of, right? Yeah, I'm happy and I'm doing what I want. I never did what I wanted. I mean, a few times, but I'm living with control freaks who totally control everything that I do. That's why I hate parents. Parents are not, you live on hell earth, and parents are given a wrong position. Just like the husband's given the wrong position. Alright, so the husband and a parent is given total control over another human being. And what the hell do they do to that human being? All the time, history repeats itself, they abuse their victim to death. Mentally. Mental illness is insane abusers destroying their victim. That's mental abuse. Mentally ill. You're mentally ill when you're fucking attacked day in, day out by your insane abuser. That's mental abuse. That's being mentally ill. So they're caused, it's not like, the insane abuser is completely mentally ill. But they put the blame on the victim, who's not mentally ill. They're just trying to survive. I just saw a video clip of a girl being tortured on, one of, a stupid family show, taping the family shows. This girl was tortured, crying on the video, by the family members. And, there's so much abuse. There's too much abuse in this world. It's just way too much. And I really hate that insane fake Christians think that the child could ever get along with the parent. I'm going to bring one up that I always bring up. Sorry, Patrick Sheehan. Professional counselor Patrick Teehan on YouTube never had any parents. Now, he did have parents, but they were abusive. So, in my perspective, my professional, excellent perspective, Patrick Teehan can absolutely say that he's never had any parents. I mean, a parent would not do anything to what he was forced to go through and try to survive. And that's all Patrick Teahan did. And thank God that he got mentors. He's married and made it. So, evidently, his partner is supportive of him. Now, that's something I never ever had. Support, emotional support. Like from a particular insane freak named Pretend-A-Lot Narcissist, who's never, ever, ever helped me out. But when he brought me back from Delaware, and that's after I was tortured for 4 months. So a year prior, before he picked me up from Delaware in 2021, I was tortured to death by him. 4 months. And he can't say that he was rotten to me. He can't say that, yeah, I knew I could get away with it. I listened to all of her hell. And I figured, oh yeah, wow, man. Wow, I get to torture her. I get to scream at her every day. I get to scream at her, and I get high. Screaming at her, making her cry. She can't open the refrigerator. She can't turn the stove on. It's so great. I make her cry, screaming at her that she's using up all my toilet paper and all my soap, and I'm the most ungrateful, horrifying, spoiled little brat that ever existed. He gets off on it. That's his high. Wow, he's never ever tormented or tortured anyone in his life before in 2020. 3 years ago. He's high. He's high screaming at me a half inch away from my face. Like in the Twisted Sister video, We're Not Gonna Take It, by that character. He was the dad character. Screaming at the poor little kid. And guess what? Every single parent that actually would ever act like Pretend-A-Lot or Narcissist, thank God he never personally had his own kids. He would have killed them. Or he would have just abused them to death. But he's a sicko. He would have known how to abuse them to death. He would have just stuck them in a closet. Starved him and yeah, he's a sexual predator. Yeah, I couldn't imagine what the hell. If he ever had his own kids, they would have been abused to death. Oh my God, he would have had... That's the whole problem with abused adults. If they ever have a kid, then they're going to go abuse the kid just as bad as they were abused. And Pretend-A-Lot Narcissist abused me to death, just like his mom abused him. So I know where he was super violent to me, screaming at me. And that was all his mom. And he repeated whatever, all the abuse they ever got from a kid was from his mom. Okay, and then he was in foster care and he was abused there. He never ever cared about me being abused, so guess what? I can turn the tables and, hey, oh, he was abused. Well, guess what? That doesn't matter. Because when a victim becomes the abuser, like Pretend-A-Lot Narcissist, there's not one good thing you can say about him. Get out of here. Oh, you were abused. Get out of here. I never abused anyone my entire existence. And when I did scream at my kid when he was 5 years old, I made him cry. I was like, oh my God, hit me. Do you know how many times I wish all of my insane abusers would have did the same thing to me? Had me want to attack them after they attacked me viciously for like a half hour, like pretending I'm a narcissist all the time 3 years ago, attacking me viciously. And when you attack a victim viciously, they start hysterically screaming and like screaming like they have a demon, because in my opinion, they're being abused to death, and all these people are pouring their demons. This little girl she was eating macaroni and cheese and her hair was being pulled, and then she was screaming, and then she was like on the rug in fetal position crying, and that the family members were kicking her, laughing at her, and she was hysterically screaming at them. Stop! Wait. Stop! Like what blood-curdling cry. Stop! Stop! Like she's tortured, and it's being filmed. Like, oh my god! But yeah, in that little videotape, I could see Pretending I'm Not Narcissist doing all that shit, filming whoever he wants to be his victim, and just, having to hate it. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's evil. Pretending I'm Not Narcissist is evil. Never one time said he was sorry. Never one time cared that he tortured me. The entire, and then so he'll come out of his hell by well, that's what she thinks. I don't know how I can put up with her. I don't know why she says all these awful things about it. I don't know why. I never said one thing wrong. I helped her out. I did everything wrong. I did everything. I made her food every single day. I worked there with a hot stove every single day. I did everything. I did everything for her. I made sure that she got driven wherever she wanted to go. I did everything for her. There's 4 months and she said I tortured her. I did everything.